If you mean crypto like Bitcoin, I've always said it's a fraud.
No hope for it.
Well, if they think they're a currency, there's no hope for it. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's a public, decentralized fund.
We are on the verge of a historic moment in the blockchain revolution. Welcome to it from around the world and across the web. We go one-on-one with the CEO and founder of Quantum Economics, Matty Greenspan, taking your questions with another episode of Ask the Advisor. Now remember, it's not financial advice, so don't get all worked up. Just some pretty good life suggestions for you to consider. The newsletter is always free, a click away, quantumeconomics.io, and the best investment opportunity of your lifetime could be awaiting you right there. Quantum Expeditions right now, Bitcoin mining, the operation underway in Texas, and they are mining Bitcoins. And as we are on this historic moment with the Bitcoin halving, that's why I'm wearing my Bitcoin kit, had it custom made, right? Check it out. Okay, so we're all excited. We're all things Bitcoin. We are gearing up for the historic halving that is just, hours away now. Mr. Greenspan, how are you, friend? How you feeling about this?
Good morning, Matt and fellow DGens. Thanks for joining in. Yes, the halving is tomorrow, so prepare yourself. Where will you be during the halving? Are you going to a party? Are you going to have some fun? Let us know in the comments. Let's take a look at the chart. As we can see, there is a nice range forming here between $60,000 and approximately $72,000 per coin. This is a great trading range for those of you who do like to do swing trading. A beautiful recommended setup would be a buy here with a stop loss just under the line and a take profit over here. You could probably get a risk to reward ratio in the neighborhood of, say, 2.75, which isn't bad, especially when it's in the bullish direction. A few weeks ago, we looked at the Fibonacci retracement level. For those of you who've been watching, you may recall. And the Fibonacci, the way it works is it takes a look at a strong trend and tells you where are the most likely points for retracement. And the last time we looked at this, we were celebrating that this line did not touch this line, and now we can see that this first support level is receiving a full-on test at the moment, and it even has broken. A break below 60,000, of course, would lead us to around the next support level would be around 52,000, and then don't forget that blue line all the way down at around $47,000 per coin at the moment, quite far below our actual. But of course, anything can happen in a bull run. I believe that the most likely scenario, again, is a breakout of that upper range, especially given the bullishness on Bitcoin lately. One awesome thing about the recent retracement is it basically takes the option of buy the rumor, sell the fact on the halving off the table. If there hasn't been a buy the rumor, there probably won't be a sell the news event. However, when we look at the numbers and we want to understand how the halving is actually affecting the price of Bitcoin and what type of impact it's going to have on the supply and demand, the answer is, unfortunately, not really that much. As we can see in this chart here, the on-chain volumes in Bitcoin are around $17 billion per day, and that's just the on-chain volumes. The ETFs are responsible for another $4 to $10 billion per day, and we obviously don't know what the crypto exchanges are. We can't really trust their reporting, and I would feel irresponsible even mentioning their numbers. The upcoming halving will take us from 900 Bitcoin produced per day to around 450 Bitcoin produced per day. At today's prices, 900 Bitcoin is only around $56 million. So that'll take us down to like $27 million. When we compare that to the $17 billion on-chain volume, it's really not so much, and therefore I don't believe that there's going to be any major supply shock. However, the halving is a great time to celebrate Bitcoin's digital scarcity. All of the people who've gotten in the last few years are going to understand what a halving is. They're going to understand how Bitcoin's protocol works a little bit better, and what digital scarcity means and how finite the supply of Bitcoin actually is, and that is a bullish prospect.
Before we get into this week's questions, just a quick thank you to everybody who's liked, shared, retweeted, commented, and dropped their questions. We couldn't do this without you. It's all about education, it's about community, and about having a little fun. So let's get to it. All right, first up this week, question off Facebook, Matty, comes to us from Chris, and he's got this one. Should I take out a loan to buy Bitcoin? Ooh. If it's going to the moon, I don't want to miss out. What should I do? Thanks.
Yeah, excellent question, Chris. Taking a loan to buy Bitcoin. As a financial advisor and licensed portfolio manager, I certainly cannot recommend that, and especially not without knowing you personally and understanding your appetite for risk, your financial situation, your overall portfolio makeup, and yada, yada, yada. So to answer very generally, and anecdotally, I actually did that once. I did that in June of 2019 as Bitcoin was just breaking a new high after the infamous crypto winter that we all know. But I did buy it at the top around $13,000. It was a substantial loan. And the reason that I did that is because my bank actually just called me and said, "Hey, would you like this ridiculously large loan?" And I was like, "Are you kidding me? Yeah, I'll take it." And then I bought Bitcoin with it because I understood at that point how much the money printing was getting out of hand and how much that was going to affect Bitcoin. I did hold that position underwater for about 17 months until it turned green. It turned out to be a very profitable business decision for me and helped me kickstart my career after leaving eToro. However, there is no serious guarantee that it's going from here to the moon. You have to be willing to service that debt for quite a while, and it might turn out very favorable very quickly, but also it might turn out the other way. I would say that if you're going to take out a loan to buy Bitcoin, it's probably not the very best time. The very best time was, obviously when it was around $20,000, $25,000, and I know a few people who did that. As well. I would say that more prudent for most people at this stage would be dollar cost averaging. So buy some now, buy some next week, every single week. Just buy a little bit, especially if you have long-term goals in mind. This has been the best strategy for Bitcoin hodlers over the last few years. Yes, we are still early.
As you all know, I'm sure, we are on the verge of a halving. And this is the fourth halving on the system, in the software, in the blockchain. We are on the verge of a halving. Bitcoin does not exist as a unit of measurement. Bitcoin does not exist as a unit of measurement. So what is measured instead is Satoshis. And Satoshis are the only thing that exists. Now, another strange thing happens during the halving, and that is a flurry of speculation, especially among media that is not Bitcoin savvy. Most common story we hear is known as the death spiral.
That is some serious fucking FUD.
Miners will find that they are suddenly unprofitable based on the current price of Bitcoin and the amount of energy they use to mine and the current difficulty, all of those parameters that go into whether they're profitable or not.
That is some serious fucking FUD.
When they discover they're unprofitable, they're going to go, "Oh well, that was fun," and then they will turn off their miners and stop mining, and all of them will do this simultaneously. And this is described as Bitcoin's death spiral. Has been predicted every 4 years before the halving. People write articles all about this. It's a very exciting story, right? It's a very clickbaity story.
Presidents of both parties have run up the debt irresponsibly with no plan to address it. So thank God for Bitcoin.
It's kind of our unofficial Bitcoin halving themed episode with Ask the Advisor, Matty Greenspan, the CEO and founder of Quantum Economics and Quantum Expeditions, where right now you have an opportunity to get in on the ground floor of a Bitcoin mining company. Forget buying stock in Hut 8 or Riot or Marathon. You get a better ROI for your dollar right here, right now. Quantum Expeditions. The information, it's right there online, just a click away. All right, question number 2 for you, Matty. Tom wants to know, how and who can I trust to help buy some Bitcoins? I've heard of people losing their life savings. Help me out.
I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Don't trust anyone. Okay? Bitcoin was invented for that very reason, so that you do not have to trust anybody with your money, not a government, not a bank, not your friend Sally, or anybody else. It takes a very minimal amount of research to learn the art of self-custody, how to hold your Bitcoin by yourself, to verify that you own it, and it will never be taken away from you, and and you don't have to actually trust anybody in order to verify your ownership of it, in order to send it wherever you want to, or receive it from people on the internet, from an exchange, or the like. This Monday, Quantum Expeditions, our Bitcoin mining venture, will be sponsoring a one-of-a-kind space, teaching you how to be your own bank, so I highly recommend that you join in. Matt?
Join us on the adventure to find fresher Satoshis. And remember, be smart, be safe, stack sats and hodl, and that is not financial advice. But it's a pretty darn good life suggestion, just saying.